guys. I'm just going to talk about what happens if Revit 2019 closes unexpectedly or crash on you. I've seen a lot of YouTube video out there that's not really um, speaking of the matter a lot. One guy was telling to touch a file and change name. That does not work at all because what you're doing is just changing the form name, not fixing anything. So these are the steps. The first thing I highly recommend is for you to have communication with the Autodesk community or Revit community. What they do is they have people that have dealt with these issues and that can help you. I'm one of them, and we will talk to you through it. You will have other people that are more experienced, of course. You have someone that I want to give credit to, Barth Bradley. He's the one who walked me through it. I even learned a little bit more, and I'm actually learning a little bit according to what he has taught, according to what he has exposed me to. But that's not the whole point. That's not the point of view. So let's get to the point. So if you're experiencing that problem, I'm gonna leave a link below. This link here. It will also show you. It will show you steps of what you could do or take to help manage your system if you're having those difficulties. So I'm just gonna run through 3 simple basics things that I think works a lot and I think makes a difference. So the first one is definitely disable all third-party add-ins that you have in your system. You have to, because what happens is that when you start Revit in the beginning, it will crash Revit or it will interrupt with other Revit add-ins that you have in there, because Revit automatically when you open it, it's running every single add-ins, and the ones that are out of date is going to run it, and then it's going to send an error report or a journal report to it, and if that's not taken care of, it's going to crash through. It's going to create difficult problems for Revit to manually run properly. So just think about it that way. Anything that's unnecessary, that is not there, just remove it. That's out of date, remove it. Don't let Revit run through it and then create more difficulty, especially when you're running through a project. It's going to create a backup file for you if Revit has an unexpected error. But most of the time, I had one experience where it didn't create a backup file, so the project that I was working on was completely closed. I had to start from scratch. The other one is that I found helpful is definitely going to Revit, and I call it deselecting the hardware acceleration. So that's pretty easy. I'm going to show you guys how to do it very quickly. So you will just go to Files. You'll have options here at the bottom. You'll go to Graphics. You don't really have to go to Graphic. One thing you could do, you could go to Hardware. Now you have to read it carefully. If these are none of the problems that are happening, you don't have to select it. Me, I have a very good graphic card. It's Radeon. It's very good. I have I play a lot of video games on here. I play Borderland and War of Thunders, and that's not an issue. But I feel as in the secondary issue is just that how you call it. There's certain videos that are not compatible in Revit that is crashing the system, which I still have to find out. So once you deselect it, what's gonna happen is if you have a project that's open, it's going to take action within that open project. But any project that will close, the settings will still be the same. The settings won't change at all. So that's pretty much it. If you want to learn more about it, what it does, you could go to supported hardware. They have a section where they speak in detail of what happens when people deselect and what's the reason behind it. The other one is you have to make sure that you have the latest installment of Revit. AutoCAD 3ds. You have to make sure. There's a guy out there that made a very good video about how to fix your 3ds issue. I believe he's either from India or somewhere in the Middle East, or who knows, but very good. I will say look him up. I will put a link underneath also for him. And the next one is that make sure the certified or latest graphic drivers are installed. So that is in case you're swapping drivers, or you don't have your graphic card that you have inserted that is different from the manual CPU, CP, or laptop. That means that you have to go through the entire process of making sure that it's certified and the system is recognizing it. That's a whole different work, and it will show you what to do and which one is certified. So in terms of this is pretty simple. I'll let you guys figure that out on your own. But my name is Jean. I definitely want to give credit to Barth Bradley for showing me this. And since I made these recent changes, Revit has been running pretty smooth. There's also another section here is in terms of troubleshooting Revit crashes. It shows you it. I didn't really need it because my computer has a lot of memory. It's just certain things I had an old app, which was my third-party add-ins. That was old. That wasn't running pretty well. You don't have to disable all third-party add-ins. Please do not do that. If it works, if it's current, don't touch it. The only one that you want to make sure that you are taking out are the ones that are either old, that it doesn't have any it's no longer licensed by the third party, or Revit doesn't recognize it, or it doesn't have a forum in Revit. Those are the three that you want to make sure you disable, because if you disable half of the add-ins in Revit, you're gonna have a corrupt file. Revit won't open again. Trust me on that. If you want to experience it, by all means do it. So these are the steps to take. It's pretty easy. You'll find in the program data on Autodesk Revit add-ins and versions. So I tried to do that. I looked into it. Everything checked out. I Googled my licensors and I make sure that they all were licensed for Revit. So that's pretty much it. You guys are a great morning, and I hope this helped. If you have any questions, just comment, leave me a message on the comment below. I will read it and see and help you the best ability I can to make sure that you're having a smooth experience with Revit or Autodesk. You guys are wonderful.